Yeah, it looks like I'm faster at doing the trick with Elsword than I am with Ein. I think it's mostly because with Ein, when you're doing trying platform sweeping, it's kind of harder to recognize timing, so it's a lot slower because you're not used to it. With Elsword, I move so quick with it. Alright, let's see. See if I remember how I was doing it really fast. I usually don't like hanging out in like social places like Discord or in forums or Facebook much, because usually when I'm having discussion about like a video game or something, usually I end up dealing with a lot of people that usually do not know what they're talking about and they think they know better than me. So it's like, yeah, try telling me that what I can do is not possible and all kinds of crap like that. And then they try making, saying shit like, oh, what you do is not even that impressive. It's like easy to do. I can do that too. And then they try showing me that they can do the same thing. And then it's usually a half-assed attempt at attempting to do the same thing I'm doing. And it's like, really? So yeah, that's why I don't like going to those type of areas very often. But I do still stay on Facebook for like No Hell and stuff like that, because I guess I got kind of used to the people there, so I kind of don't mind staying. But other places I usually end up dealing pretty quick. I'm like, oh, I'm out. I'm bored. I had one person try to tell me on this game when I used to play Grand Chase that they're trying to tell me that a certain class countered another class, and I found it really dumb because you're trying to say some character that uses really slow stances counters this very mobile character that dashes in the air a lot, Dark Assassin. and try and say, oh, this Zero character counters it just because it has sword stance super armor, when all a good Dark Assassin has to do against someone that's spamming super armor is they just have to play poke the bear. They just have to poke them a few times and then run away, and then that's all they have to do because the Zero is so freaking slow. And usually people that use sword stance, they usually don't step, so they don't have good mobility, so you can usually counter those people pretty easily with not much effort. The only Zero that I can kind of agree with countering Dark Assassin when I played Grand Chase was the new one on Season 5. And that's only because they made it so broken that it doesn't matter how dumb they play. Like, they made it have, like, be able to survive on fatal status, being able to, like, you know, have a lot of HP, not very much areas vulnerable. But most people that told me that Zero counters Dark Assassin was before this patch. So, yeah. Before the patch, I didn't agree, but I guess now, I guess you could say I can kind of agree, sort of. But then again, Dark Assassin has its moments of totally wrecking that class, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It can go either way. Because I've had times where I totally wrecked Zeros, like no problem, and then I had times where I had complete trouble doing that. So it's kind of hit and miss. It can go either way, really. So I wouldn't say it counters a class. I'd say it's just kind of half and half. Then they tried telling me that Prime Knight counters Dark Assassin, and they said that because JFs are a counter to air combos, and you can't really air combo JF. But technically you can if you add back button when you add an air combo, then you have a high chance of hitting them while they're JFing. So that's not so what they say is not true either. And you can always add down button to it too to be able to hit them easier also. So just depends on how you play Dark Assassin, really. But I guess you could say Prime Knight has an easier time fighting Dark Assassin compared to a Dark Assassin fighting Prime Knight slightly. But I wouldn't say it's that much of a big deal. I'd say it's only a slight advantage, mostly because it's easier to JF than it is to do stuff like Hummer and airlocks. So that's really the only reason, really. I'm actually not sure if I should listen to the people on the Elsword Discord server, because I don't know, they kind of, I'm kind of a little bit, kind of have that feeling that if I listen to them, they'll end up giving me bad advice about PvP. Because I was told that a lot of people that play PvP in Elsword are usually not really that good. They're usually just people that have high stats and that's about it, but they're not usually experienced at the game. So if I listen to them, I might not get the best advice. They might tell me something really dumb that I won't realize until later, until I get more experience at the game. But yeah, that's just what someone told me, that PvP is a lot. So I should probably just take what people say on the Elsword Discord server on the North American version with a grain of salt. Just kind of maybe try what they suggest, but not completely believe it. I think that would probably be the wisest thing. I should probably just discover this, crazy stuff on myself, so that I know if it's true or not. I just gotta play the game a lot and then boom. Or either that or get a homie from Grand Chase over to play competitively on this game. Just get someone from there. Don't really got many homies left now because most of my friends on the main server kind of ended up, we didn't stay in contact, so we ended up losing contact pretty much. But I do have a few, but I don't know if my friend can really play because one of my Taiwan friends, he's kind of the type that mostly prefers studying than playing the game. So I don't think he would play much, so yeah, I can rely on that guy, but oh, I guess I'm sure there's a few people that still play competitively on Elsword. I heard there's a few, so I just have to search around for them, I guess. Ooh, dang. These dungeons are getting really hard. Like, man. This game is like way harder than when I played Grand Chase. Because on Grand Chase, the dungeons were like laugh out loud clear in like 2 to 4 minutes. It was ridiculous. And you do super high damage, so it's like really dumb. Can't even get off a 2-tech combo before you're freaking done. It's like, wow. Like you have higher chance of falling asleep before you get a combo on that game. It's like, wow. Yeah, these dungeons are probably mostly hard because I'm not used to it. Because I'm sure if I was actually, experienced game sense wise on this game, I'm sure I'd do way better. But since I'm kind of just started, I'm kind of having trouble. All I got going for me is some tech skill. That's about it. But besides that, I'm pretty much just a regular newbie player, pretty much.